What's up, YouTube? It's the Action Figure Grader coming back to you with a preview for auction lot number 237 over at Hakes. And once again, Hakes has done it. They have got some amazing items. Pre-production and prototype stuff, early cardbacks, all the way through the Droids and Ewoks line. I mean, the selection in this upcoming auction is pretty incredible. It starts on February 28th. I'm not sure when this video will go live on my channel, but it'll be well before the auction ends. I believe the auctions end starting March 21st and 22nd, so get your bids in, and we're going to just go through the virtual catalog. As always, I will put a link in the video description with the virtual catalog so you guys can go check out everything that's for sale on there. And there is a search function, so just type in Star Wars and it'll take you right to the Star Wars items. But beyond Star Wars, I mean, there are some graded comic books that you never see, some graded Transformers, lots of political stuff. I mean, it's a really incredible selection in this premiere auction coming starting February 28th, and I think the items in March 21st and 22nd. So I wanted to at least show you some of the incredible items that Hakes has coming, at least as part of the Star Wars stuff. And we're going to start with some of these early 12-backs, lots of graded 12-backs. Again, I'm not going to go through everything, but you can just see the incredible selection of AFA and CAS and UKG graded items as we go through it. We got some early 12-backs. You've got some 12-inch figures that have all been graded. You even in the lower right-hand corner, you can see here a radio-controlled R2-D2 that's graded AFA 80. That's not an item you see very often. Let's see what else we got. We've got some bot bags. Those are some kind of interesting items that you never see. Some die-cast figures there, some mint-on-card die-cast. A number of different play sets, and you can see there the Death Star Space Station graded AFA 80. You've got the laser pistol that is shrink-wrapped, graded AFA 85. You've got the 3-position laser rifle, graded AFA 80. So, you know, these are the types of items that the big whales love, and they start to salivate over. And if you've got deep pockets, this is definitely going to be a great auction for you to tune into. This was a really interesting one. This was a 12-inch series C-3PO, but this is a hard copy head and torso. So this is like a pre-production for the 12-inch figure. And it's not graded or anything. You can see it's got like some, you know, molding and things like that. Non-production colors, very early stage type of stuff. They put the value code at $5,000. I have no idea what that is worth. This is probably a one-of-one type of item, but pretty incredible to see that pre-production 12-inch C-3PO kind of hard copy head and torso front. Next up, you've got a first shot prototype R2-D2. First 12 R2-D2 prototype, graded AFA 80. You've got a proof card for the Tusken Raider that's very interesting. It's a 12-back A proof card, but they took off the long play logo and they airbrushed it in. You can see it very clearly here where this part was airbrushed in to cover up the LP logo. And that's graded qualified AFA 80. Just kind of a mock-up 12-back to kind of show what the card back would look like once you take the long play logo off. That's got to be a very rare item. Extremely rare. Very cool to see that one. Here was a 12 action figure bell display, so like a store display, graded AFA 90. I can only imagine what that is worth. And of course, you got some double telescoping figures, the very coveted Ben Kenobi with the telescoping saber, graded AFA 80 plus. I would imagine that's going to sell for between, I don't know, $20,000 to $25,000. I have no idea what that's going to sell for, but I know that I've seen some on Facebook that have sold for big money before. There's an AFA 80 Luke Skywalker double telescoping saber. And here's a vinyl cape Jawa graded CAS 85. 85, 85, 80 are the sub scores. 12-back A vinyl cape Jawa, unpunched, no price sticker. Here's some other early 12-backs, all very high grade, 75s, 80s, 85, 80 plus. So somebody's going to have a field day if they've won the lottery here recently. This is going to be the auction for you because there are some beautiful early cardbacks that were available. Here's a Palatoy 12-back B Jawa graded AFA 80. Here's a special offer, special action figure 3-pack with the droids. I would love to have that in my collection. It's got my R5-D4 and Death Star droid foci, graded AFA 75 plus. Another couple of store displays that are both very, very high grade. So pick your poison here, but you got some beautiful items. There are some loose graded figures in this auction. Usually Hakes has a few loose graded figures, but in this auction in particular, they seem to have quite a few loose graded figures, and oftentimes you can get some pretty fair deals on those loose graded figures because a lot of the big collectors with deep pockets are going after these very rare items that you don't see very often. So maybe some of the more common loose graded figures you can often pick up for a pretty fair price. And keep in mind with Hakes that you got an 18% buyer's premium. So every auction house charges that to the buyer. So whatever you bid, you got to add 18% on top of that. Plus they do charge packing and shipping. But in the last Hakes auction, I did pick up 5 ungraded mint on cards for very fair prices, and the shipping costs were not that bad at all. I think it was like 50 or 60 bucks for shipping to me 5 ungraded mint on card Kenner and Palatoy figures, and all of those are at CAS, and they should be back in my hands in the next couple of weeks, so we'll be sure to go through those. Here's some more loose graded figures. You got a couple of blue snags. You got some bagged Cantina creatures there, along with a Cantina creature action playset graded AFA 80+. Some more playsets, vehicles, and creatures, as well as some more 12-inch figures. So truly a pretty incredible collection. I wanted to highlight this one. This is the Toll Toys Empire Strikes Back Jawa, the Vinyl Cape Jawa on the Empire Strikes Back card. So this was down in the Australian-New Zealand release for the Vinyl Cape Jawa. I have no idea what this is worth. This has got to be worth an absolute fortune. I'm going to throw a round number out. I have nothing to base this on, no past data or anything like that. I'm going to say that this AFA 50 Vinyl Cape Jawa on the Empire Strikes Back card that was released down in Australia as part of the Toll Toys line, I'm going to guess that this sells for $22,000. Again, I have nothing to base it on. Some of you bigger collectors who are watching this video may laugh at that number, either high or low, but that's my round number. I'm going to say it sells for $22,000, and when we do the auction roundup towards the end of March, I'll make sure to highlight this one and see what it sells for. But that's my guess. I'm going to guess it sells for $22,000 and watch it sell for like $50,000. I have no idea. Here's a first shot prototype IG88, completely unpainted. That one's graded AFA 80+. That's a really rare one. You got a few transparencies, as you can see there. Oops. A few transparencies from the Toy Fair catalog. So these would be taken and then used in a toy catalog back in 1980. You got Luke Bespin, some Boss transparencies, as well as a Forlom and a Boba Fett. So pretty cool to see that. You got some Empire Strikes Back figures, including a proof card for Lobot on the 45 back. That's graded 90+. So lots of pre-production stuff. We got more Empire Strikes Back mint on card figures, all wide range of grades, everything from 70s to 85s. You got a Boba Fett on the 47 back free Forlom offer, graded 75+. Here are some more store displays. Very cool to see that. And you got a huge selection of the Japanese poppies here. Boba Fett, Darth Vader, R2-D2. I mean, just incredible stuff. Whoever owned this collection just had everything. They really had a massive assortment of very rare items. So be curious to see what some of these Japanese poppies sell for. We've documented a few of those that have sold on eBay in auctions here recently. But wow, what an incredible collection of those Japanese poppies. Got a few more poppies there, some more loose graded figures, as well as some creatures, the Hoth Wampa and the Tauntaun. You got the Cloud City playset, graded UKG 75. You got the action figure carrying case. I mean, Darth Vader Star Destroyer, the AT-ST Rebel Transport. So truly a pretty incredible selection of items. And here are some of the Return of the Jedi figures. I'll highlight this one. This is the Tusken Raider with the hollow cheeks, graded AFA yellowed 85 on the Return of the Jedi 65 back B. So I bet that'll go for a pretty penny. You've got the Made in Mexico Yoda, graded AFA 75. You know that's going to be pretty high demand. You've got the Luke Gunner card, graded AFA 80+, still crystal clear blister. Wow, what an incredible item. A couple of different Boba Fett's on the Return of the Jedi card back. Next up, again, more Return of the Jedi figures, as well as a couple of examples for the Cy Snoodles and Max Rebo band. One of them is graded AFA 75+, and then the Kenner Canada version is graded AFA 85. A number of Tri-Logos are available. Lots of really beautiful Tri-Logos, including a Yak face that's graded AFA 75. And you got a removable hood, Lily Letty Jawa, graded AFA 80. Some PvP Boba Fett's, another Hollow Cheeks, loose graded. You got a prototype, first shot prototype, off-white plastic C-3PO collector's case that's graded AFA 85 plus. Some more tri-logos there. So really, it's going to have pretty much everything that you could possibly want. Everything from play sets to pistols to vehicles, all kinds of great stuff. Here's the Power of the Force line, and as it starts, one of them that's always very expensive is the Yoda on the Power of the Force 92 back. That's graded AFA 75. You've got the Yak Face, the Kenner Canada Yak Face. That's kind of the holy grail, or one of them anyway, for the Power of the Force line. That's graded yellowed 80. And the Biker Scout is graded AFA 75 plus. That's another very desirable one. Lots of Last 17 figures, as you can see there. More loose graded figures. A lot of Last 17 loose graded figures. You've got a Glass Leak Brazilian Chewbacca graded AFA 85. Lots of coins. So, really, the selection really never ends. It spans everything from early 12 backs, including prototype figures, all the way through the Droids line and the Power of the Force line. And you can see the Sice Fromm graded AFA 80 on the card, as well as a loose graded AFA 85. So there's the A-Wing fighter graded AFA 80 plus, and then the Ewoks line as well. You got a couple of unproduced Ewoks, kind of mock-up figures that were never released on card, graded AFA 70 as well as AFA 70. So, again, whoever owned this massive collection had everything. And it could be multiple collectors, of course, but just some incredible collectibles within the Star Wars vintage lines that I imagine a lot of money is going to be spent in this February auction, February/March auction. As I mentioned, the bidding starts on February 28th. And the auctions end on March 21st and 22nd. So go check out the virtual catalog. Again, the link will be in the video description. And I'm sure I'll do a wrap-up with a lot of these incredible items towards the end of March. So I hope you enjoyed this kind of first look at the February Lot 237 Hakes auction. And happy bidding to those of you that got deep pockets. There's going to be some pretty amazing final sales prices, is my guess. Thanks again for watching, and I'll be back soon.